Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about Claude AI with Excel for using XLOOKUP formula to handle the errors. So I'll tell you how we can use XLOOKUP to perform the error handling and data operations together. I'm sure you all have watched the previously released session also, because there we have discussed about the VLOOKUP, right? So this session is in the continuation of the same, where we are particularly talking about the advanced approach, that is XLOOKUP. Okay, so I'll take one example here. I'll demonstrate each and everything, like how to write the sample data for your processing or for your demo, then how we can write the prompt in a detailed way so that it works with all our data. Okay, but before we proceed further with the session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the Sharmit digital course book, which is freely available in the description box for all of you, and it contains more than 3,500 plus sessions available in both Hindi as well as English language. So without any language barrier, you can consume the content, and if you have any queries, you can ask me in the comments section. Okay, all right, so let's get started. Here mainly we are going to see how to use Claude AI with Excel and make the things easier for error handling using XLOOKUP. Okay, so this is our main topic, XLOOKUP with error handling in Excel made easy using the Claude AI. So this is our topic. Now I'll tell you what data we have and what we wanted to do. So my first sheet here is a sales sheet where I have mentioned sales data including order ID, product ID, quantity, and one blank column for the unit price. So here I want to populate the data, or I want a Claude to prepare me a formula that I can use here to get my data. Okay, so this is my sales file, sales sheet. My second sheet is for the price list, where I have mentioned few information like product ID, product name, and unit price. Okay, now if you remember, in our last session we used the VLOOKUP formula to do the same kind of work, but there were chances of error. Why? Because what will happen, like if we try to use the ID which for which the data is not available, for which the unit price is not available, so in that case VLOOKUP will get failed. So to make the proper solution that will handle all your errors, I am using XLOOKUP. Okay, so here you can see we have product ID as P10C7 and P108, but if you look at the price list sheet, there is no ID with product list with product ID 107 and 108. That means if we will try to look for that ID, it will not find it, and then in that case it will throw the error. Now I'll tell you how to use Claude AI to generate a XLOOKUP formula that will not break even if the data is not available. Okay, so this is our overall agenda for this session. Okay, so just keep in mind we have two sheets. One is for sales, where we have order ID, product ID, quantity, and unit price blank column. Then we have second sheet where we have mentioned the price list including product ID, product name, and unit price. Okay, and our overall task is to get the unit price here. Don't get confused, we are not going to multiply it with unit quantity. We will just list down the price here on the basis of product ID. And if product ID is not matched, in that case we will simply mention record not found or product ID not found. Okay, so I think requirement is clear. Now I'll tell you how to write a efficient detailed prompt for this task, and that will help you to generate a formula that will work with your entire code base. So for that I'll just go my prompt tab, and this is my formula, or you can say this is my prompt. Now some of you might be thinking like we have only 10 records, we can do it manually, but please make sure that it is not a right approach, because when you do it manually you are just doing it for 10 records, but whatever we are going to build with this prompt, it will work with thousands of records, even lakhs of records. Okay, and that is why we are utilizing the prompt in a detailed way. You can write the prompt in very simple way also, but there might be a chances of error. But if you are writing the prompt in detailed version, there is very less chance of error. Okay. All right. So now you can see we have this prompt. So I'll explain you how to write detailed prompt. Firstly, we will assign the role to the Microsoft Excel to Claude AI that act as a Microsoft Excel expert and perform the following task. I have two sheets in Excel. Sheet 1. So firstly, I'll assign the role that you have to act as Excel expert. Then I'm telling what I have and what I wanted to do. So I clearly mentioned I have two sheets in Excel. Sheet 1 is sales table with order ID, product ID, quantity and empty unit price column. Then we have second sheet, sheet 2 for price list with product ID, product name and unit price. I already have VLOOKUP written for this. So those who watched the previous session, I'm sure they have the data, so they can simply replace that formula. So that's why I just made this. I already have VLOOKUP written for this. Convert it into the XLOOKUP formula with the proper error handling, complete my task as per the rules and provide the best and most efficient Excel formula to achieve the result. Okay. Then I clearly mentioned one thing, that I'm not going to provide you the data manually. You can directly refer it from my screenshot. Now here is a twist. Those who are using the paid version of Claude AI, they can directly use the prompt and it will refer the data from your cells. You can just mention the cell number. But in case if you are using free version, so no worries, you can provide the data in terms of screenshot and it will analyze your data, then build a formula, and then later that formula will work with all your data set. Okay. So sometime we are not supposed to share the confidential data to AI model, right? So in that case, what you can do, you can build a sample data, you can create a formula and that formula you can use here. Okay. All right. So now let's see what all rules we have mentioned. So firstly, I mentioned here, refer the attached screenshot for exact cell reference and sheet layout. Okay. Then I am mentioning rules, match product ID from sales sheet with product ID in price list sheet, pull unit price from price list sheet into unit price column of sales sheet. Okay. Then third thing is, if product ID is not found in the price list, show price not found instead of error. This is very important line, that in case if it is not found, do not throw error. Instead of that, show price not found. Okay. Then we have fourth point that says use XLOOKUP with built-in if not found argument for the error handling. Do not use if error. So if you have any specific requirement like this, you can mention it in very simple words. Use XLOOKUP with built-in if not found argument for error handling instead of and do not use if error. Okay. Then we have fifth rule, use the best and most efficient formula to calculate the result. And the sixth rule says at the end, provide the exact Excel formula used along with a short and simple explanation in both layman and technical terms, maximum 2 lines. Okay. So I just need a small explanation for the formula, not detailed version. Okay. And then we mentioned the last 3 lines, return the Excel formula used inside a code block. Then on a new line, return a short explanation inside a separate code block, no files, no extra output, just a data. And very important line, put the output inside a code block so tabs are preserved when copying. So you can see I'm repeating one word again and again, that is code block. Why? Because whatever thing we are going to capture from the Claude, we are going to use it in a Excel. So if it is not providing the things in code block, then it will be copied as a normal text, and I want to keep the formatting as it is. That's why I'm using the code block. Okay. So let's see how it works. Let's quickly copy this thing, go to your Claude, paste it here. I'll provide the screenshot of my data. So to take the proper screenshot, I'll take it up to the top and in a way so that it can read my cells properly. So it can read A, B, C, right? So I'll take the screenshot that covers entire data set. and then you can paste it here. Likewise for the second sheet, and always make sure to provide these screenshot, otherwise it won't be able to understand your data. Although it will provide you the formula as per the requirement, but still if you provide the reference screenshot, it will work 100% perfectly. So I provided 2 of my screenshot. I'll hit enter now, and rest of the things will be performed by Claude AI. So you can see we have got the formula with explanation. This time I didn't ask to provide me the actual data because I mentioned I already have formula, so just convert it to VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP from just convert it into XLOOKUP from VLOOKUP. So it directly provided me, and also it tells me the definition. For, in layman term, it find the product ID from this order in price list sheet and grab the price. If not found, say price not found. In technical terms, it says searches B22 in price list not A18 to A23 and return the matching value from this. The fourth argument handles the missing matches natively without if error. So I'll just copy this formula, go to my Excel sheet, paste it here and press enter. Okay, so after that I'll just drag my formula till end, and now you can see it is providing me the all required thing. Okay, so wherever the ID was not there in price list, it returns price not found, and also provided the correct output. So for example, P104. So let's go to the sheet, look for P104, and it is 18000. That means it is working efficiently, and this is how you can create a formula. And now if you have more than thousands of data, you can use the same formula and it will work all your scenarios. Okay, so this is the advantage of using Claude AI. You can complete your hours of task just in few seconds. And also for prompt, like once you know how to write the prompt, you can copy paste the prompt every time, reuse and edit it, so it will work, and it will not take much time. In fact, not more than 5 minutes. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. See you in the next session with new topics. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.